right, y'all. Let's see if I can find Ivory on here. Let me see at Ivory. Let's get her in here. Hey y'all, what y'all doing? What are y'all doing tonight? So I just finished my live over at hey girl, hey. Alright, Ivory in the house. I just finished my live over at the Black Girl Business Accelerator, y'all. And I did a private Zoom. This is the first time we was doing a Zoom, and that thing was fire. I was able to help 2 young women. I gave them custom tips. So that joint was real fire and helpful for them. And that's really what I wanted to do. I'm tired of people gatekeeping. So I'm sharing everything that I've learned, and everything I keep learning, I'm going to keep sharing with my girls in my group. So if you haven't joined, join the group. Don't worry, Keisha girl. We're going to do a part 2. So I did a part 1 today. Next week, we're going to do a part 2. This week, we talked about, I just gave them like tips, content, some like really specific tips. But I'm going to touch on them again next week. So it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. I got you. All right, y'all. So tonight, me and Ivory, Akeisha, we just decided we wanted to have some fun. We wanted to talk some shit. If you saw my stories earlier today, I was being trolled, I guess. I don't know. My DMs be crazy, and sometimes my comments be crazy. But y'all know the internet is a weird place, and like people just be comfortable to say anything. So the gist of it is I made a positive post, like I always do. I made an inspirational post, okay, real simple, me just walking in slow motion and some guy talking, okay. That was it. And this lady comes on my page and she's like, oh, it's so easy for you to say, huh? What the heck does that mean? Why are you here? And no, she was not brown, black, none of that. But that ain't the point. The point is people just do stuff like that. And they want you to stoop to their level, and I'm not going to do it. So we ain't do that. If you want to check it out, it's the real before the last one I posted, because I just shared another one. So with me in like a jean dress. And she in the comments. Or you can look at my stories and see. All right, anyway, let me get Ivory on here, y'all. Oh, no, that ain't Ivory. Ivory, send me a request. Send me a request. Let me see. I'm telling you. Somebody else trying to get on here and go live with me, girl. I need you to hop on it. All right, there we go.
I'm on.
I got somebody trying to go live on here.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sitting in the car because I'm just leaving my nephews back to school. So we're gonna do it from the car.
Oh yeah, heck yeah! I've been live from the car. Listen,
live from the car.
Yeah. So is this your first live? It's not your first live, is it?
No, I've done a live before. I don't do them as often as I should or I know I need to. But
Okay.
I'm not new to the game. I'm true to the game.
That's right. So I want to introduce y'all to Ivory, Akeisha. Okay, she's gonna introduce herself to y'all, but I just want y'all to know tonight we are talking about the top 10 topics that we want to retire in the Black community. And I don't know, we're gonna go as long as we want to go. But yeah, y'all hang out, comment, share with your people. We about to be talking mad shit and having fun. And it's gonna be positive, but we got things to talk about, right? So Ivory, go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, so like you said, I'm Ivory Akeisha. I am an author. I am an astrologist. I am a former photographer, so a lot of people know me as a photographer, but I've kind of retired from that industry. I am like all things positive. My mission is really to just bring love and light into this world. You know, they say love and light is not, you can't be constantly love and light, but I feel like that's my mission. That's my job. That's my purpose, is to bring
Yes. You breaking up just a little bit.
Oh
So maybe
no.
turn off your Wi-Fi. I don't know. But maybe because you're in the car, it's
Is
not
that
as
better?
strong. Yeah. All right. So hey everybody. Hey Neo Nappy. Oh one. I just met her on Saturday. Good vibes. And we both Erica Badu fans. Ew. So I'm gonna go first. So we talking about the top 10 topics we need to retire in the Black community. And I'm gonna start with my last one. Okay. So I'm gonna do one and then you gonna do one.
Okay.
Okay.
Wait. Before you do that, check me out.
Up.
I had to throw it on there real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
Ivory got on. Listen, we ain't released that yet. So
Oh,
Ivory has on her Mind Your Business It's Wash Day shirt. Let me see that again. Mind Your Business It's Wash Day. And I have on one of my shirts too. It says Stop Policing Black Women's Hair. This has been a fan favorite. Everywhere I go, people stopping me. So that's coming soon to the Black Girl Hug Crown collection. I'm releasing a new collection. And these shirts are going to be in it. And we basically are giving people the finger who want to talk about our hair, who want to touch our hair, who are curious, but they're not allies. Yeah, and even to each other, because we need to stop policing each other when it comes to our hair. It's kind of like mind your business, you know? So that's what that's about. So if you want to find out more about that, click the link in my bio and join my mailing list, okay? All right. So and Ivory was our giveaway winner. That's how she got her shirt. Okay. So somebody putting a finger up, Candace. Oh yeah, she literally gave them the finger. I like that. And your finger is not that brown. Okay. I need you to change that. That is not true to no, I'm saying. All right, so my last one. I don't know. I was going through my list, writing 10 things that we need to retire. And I got to this last one and I was like, oh. So this one, I've said only speaking up for and rallying for Black people that you find attractive or digestible. We need
I
to
like that.
stop only speaking up for. And I'm talking about like movements, if it got anything to do with just anything, like anytime we're done wrong, and if that person is not like a celebrity or they're not what society think is beautiful, like they don't have all the makeup, the lashes, their hair done, when you see the pictures of them, they're not always presenting in a way that you can relate to, there was still an injustice. There was still something that happened, and they need you to speak up for them because it can happen to you. 99% of us are not the 1%. And I mean, like, even trans women, you know, I mean gay men, I mean what you call it, husky men, I'm talking about women. Anything that you may not understand or agree with, if that person ain't hurting nobody, then that shouldn't matter. Us as brown people, Black people, we need to stand up for each other, point blank, period,
Period.
if
Just
there's an
period.
injustice,
Yeah,
you know.
I agree with that.
So
I
that's
like
the
that one.
first one.
All right. So, all right, my first one is we need to stop talking about who's invited to the cookout.
Yeah. Wait, let me find that. Wait, because I swear to God, I wrote that on here. Look at this.
Yes.
It
Yes.
says saying someone isn't. You can't even see it, but it says saying someone of another race is invited to the
Is
cookout.
invited to that's why we can't have anything to ourselves. That's why we're always saying we can't have anything, because y'all are leaving the fence open for people to just come into the backyard. We need to stop inviting just anybody to the cookout. Let us have our own cookout. It's okay.
Yo. But then when we want to be like, we want to pick and choose. It's like, oh no, this thing is sacred, but this thing over here, y'all can do whatever y'all want.
Yeah.
And then what is the qualification of them being invited to the cookout? Because they
Exactly.
said something catchy, they made
Because
something
they said
different,
something catchy, or they know how to dance.
they know the lyrics to a
They know
song,
the lyrics to a song. Like,
they got Black kids.
right? No. don't agree. We need to stop inviting people to the cookout. Just let the cookout. Remember, did you ever watch what's the show with Issa Rae? And she was like, one of the things was like we're having black secret meetings or something like that. Secret
Yeah.
black meetings. We need to keep our meetings secret and
Yes.
black. It's
Yes.
okay for us to have our own table.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
Yes.
Somebody said, yes, nope, they not invited. Got hot sauce in their bag. Candace said my cookout is segregated. And from my point of view, like, it's more so about the qualifications. Like, you just saying anybody is invited
Yeah.
to the cookout. It's just kind of annoying. Like, even people that I feel like, I'm trying to think of somebody that I really been rocking with since a child. And I'm like, I really like this person. I never heard them doing anything crazy. But I still am like side-eyeing them because you never know. You just never know because they are other. They are other at the end of the day. Like, they could do anything and flip a switch and it'd be a wrap for your ass. They could
Yeah.
start the white girl crying or whatever they want to do and get you, your man, arrested, get you all killed. So it's kind of like, yeah, I ain't with that.
Yeah.
And we not talking about a literal cookout, but I am talking about a literal cookout too.
If you know, you know.
And I have white friends now, so I love them dearly, and they are invited to my literal cookout.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they gotta come correct every time. You're not
Yeah.
getting because of 10 years of these things, and then one time you start saying nigga everywhere. You're
It
not
don't work like
invited.
that. Yeah.
No, we don't work like that. So I'm very clear on that with them. Okay. So I'm gonna go with my next one.
Okay.
Ooh, a topic. Hold on, let me see. Ooh. I'm gonna go with my t-shirt. My t-shirt says stop policing black women's hair. So I'm gonna say negative comments and policing each other. Like, before we can even get out the house, right? We are in there policing ourselves. We're in there breaking ourselves down, breaking our children down before they can even step out into the world. You bullying your own children before they can go out to the bullies. Like, it's too much for me. And that's why I kind of made this, because I was just like, what is something that even like the children or adults that are like meek and mild and they don't like confrontation, they don't necessarily speak up for themselves, but they still deserve respect. So these T's are going to speak for them. And then if you cross the line, then you deserve whatever you get met with. But we got to stop doing that to each other. And yeah, talking about what's appropriate. Like, me and you probably ain't gonna like the same things, yo. I'm still black though,
And
and
it's
I'm still here.
2022. It's 2022 now. Everything is acceptable. If somebody can walk in to a place of business with their hair is normally blonde, but they dyed it blue, why is it an issue that we have locks? Or why is it an issue that we want to wear our hair in puffballs?
Exactly.
So
Exactly. And I think that it's, like you said, it's 2022, and I think that that generation of the children, grandchildren of like the slaves, enslaved people, and Jim Crow, having to survive that era, I just think it's still ingrained in us, and we still in survival mode. We still gotta please massa, the boss, whoever, whether they be black or white, we still gotta fit in. And that's how we survive. That's how we pay our bills. That's how we feed ourselves. That's how we clothe our children, right? That's how we put gas in the car. But so I'm not talking to them. I'm talking to the ones that don't have to put up with that shit. Stop doing it.
And I think it's funny because I went to Hampton, and one of the rules for the business school in Hampton was you couldn't wear you couldn't have locks. You had to have clean shaven head. You had to shave your beard off and stuff like that. But I feel like for that to be an HBCU and for us to be for it to be such strict rules on our cultural appearance, I feel like you said, that's an issue that the older generation put on us. And I remember having friends when I first started my locks. I remember having friends, they were so confused. They were like, is it dirty? And it just ingrains all of these negative ideas and beliefs about our culture. Like locks is our culture. It's a part of
Mm-hmm.
our culture. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we need to stop policing that. Let
Yes.
us do us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody said, "But what?" Oh, to the last, they not stop inviting everybody to the cookout. So, what do you do when your family members are other? So, I don't have any family members that are other per se, like not married, like they're married into the family, but I don't consider them family, if that makes sense. But like I said, I have friends, and I just really think it's you're not inviting them to the cookout because they already invited. Like they are part of the family. They're already ingrained in the family. But we're talking about inviting people just because they said something or they did something for the moment. And even still with family, you gotta side eye them too. Side eye them too, because this is a very specific experience and we can't take this off.
Yeah. There's a
They get to
difference
walk
between.
away from us.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they get to walk away from us and they could totally deny your existence. They could
Yeah.
totally act like they don't know anybody black. They
There's
could
a
do
difference
it.
between. Yeah. There's a difference between an ally and somebody who just likes us, likes black people. Like we're
Mm-hmm.
cool people. Black people are cool. But there's a difference between somebody who likes black people just because they're black and an ally. So your family members are probably more of the allies than I
Yeah,
just
but you
like a
still
black
gotta
person.
they still gotta come correct too. So that's how you handle
Exactly.
it. You
Yeah.
still require them to come correct. If they want to be invited to this cookout and they want to keep being invited, they gotta come correct. Neil Nappy once said, everyone else loves our culture except for us. They copy us.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's true. But to speak to that point again, is we really got to think about the survival mode that we have been in for all of these hundreds of years, probably thousands of years. I ain't got all my research on that, but it's been a long time, to the point where it's in our DNA. Like we are tight in the chest when we see police officers. We tight in the chest when we are at work and we code switching. It's something we don't even think about doing no more. It's just a defense mechanism. It's a survival thing. So yeah, a lot of us don't know, and a lot of us are starting to learn, and we starting to embrace certain things, and but we not proud yet because we still have a fear on our life. So I say to like give grace to those people, and that's why I try to spread the positive messages and the kind of bold messages, but still kind of like you feel safe though, you know. So I'm giving you the middle finger, but I'm not like literally giving it to you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's why we got to keep going, Neil Nephew. Oh, one, we got to keep, sharing that message, and so we can start loving ourselves and being proud and all of that. That's why we got to keep going, man.
All right, you ready for my number two?
Yeah.
All right, so my number two. So the first couple of ones I feel like are kind of funny, I guess. Then I'm gonna get more serious towards the end. But then my number two was, do black men cheat? This needs to be retired because yes, black men cheat, black women cheat, black men are faithful, black women are faithful. We need
Right.
a lesson in generalizing.
Yes. I really think it's just the human experience, period. Like, that's not even a race thing. That's just a people thing. That's humans that all want to have sex and have hormones and, see a new shiny thing and want to go after it. Like, it happens. So I'm not single. I'm married, for those who don't know. I'm married, right? I've been married. It'll be 8 years. So that conversation is kind of like the single people conversation for me. Not that I haven't been cheated on, it's happened, but it it's kind of like, that's why it's so laughable for me. Like I can't even be in that conversation because I'm kind of like, are y'all dead ass? Like,
Right?
Really? People really talking about that, Ivory?
And you know what? To be honest, I feel like I'm very disconnected. So I had to actually, I typed in Black Twitter. I went to Twitter and typed in Black Twitter just so that I can find some topics. But for like the last 3 days, people have been talking about the Queen of England. So it was hard to even go in there and find some information. But I remember that was a hot topic for a long time. Do black men don't cheat? So I don't even know if that's still relevant. So if it is, it should be canceled. It should be gone.
Yes, I agree with that. Um, since Central Brown Bond, that's a fact about code switching. I didn't really realize I did it until I left my last job. Cause I swear, but now I asked you about that. I asked you if you code switch. You kept saying no, I don't code switch, and I've never been in white spaces up until maybe a few years ago. I was always in black spaces, so I was always safe. Up until I got in that white space, I was like, oh, you gotta be on guard. Like, that's just crazy to me because, and then I noticed they don't have to do that because they have certain privileges. Like, talking about religion, talking about who you voted for, talking about all these different things. I was just like, what? Y'all talk about that? Amongst everybody, like we didn't do that. And that's when I realized, and once I caught it, I said, I ain't doing that. That's another job. Oh my God. And you know what I be thinking about? How we be looking so young and fresh when we carry so much. Like, can you imagine if we didn't have to carry these weights? We would be immortal.
For real.
For real, yo.
And
All
then
right.
also another thing on that point is I feel like white people just automatically feel like they belong in certain places. Like they just know that they are supposed to take up space. And for some reason, black people feel like we don't have to take up as much space. Like if you notice, black people may move out of the way when a white person is walking past them. Like we don't feel like we deserve that space, but we do. We deserve just as much space as they think they deserve.
Yep.
So
That
yeah.
that's very true. Having that mindset of you just deserve to be here and to
And
be and
your full self. You deserve to show up as who you are.
yeah, because they do it. Like, oh my God, that goes back to like the strong black woman thing, like thinking
Mm-hmm.
that you have to take on certain things and they don't have to take on. A white woman could come crying and the man just. As a matter of fact, I did hair. I styled a whole dance team, a college dance team. Okay, this about 23 girls, and one of the girls, but she was a white girl, she came in crying. I miss my family. I miss my family. The coach bought her a round trip ticket to go visit her family in Texas from Virginia. Okay. I want to say a week or two before that, one of the black girls did a similar thing. And what she got was suck it up. You've been through worse. You only got another 2 weeks. Well, I don't have the money. I don't even know how I'm going to get there. You'll figure it out. You're strong. I was there to witness these two. And I think I was there because I was meant to talk to that girl and reach out to that girl and let her know like that's not fair and to advocate for her.
Yeah.
But that's how they see us, and now that's how we present ourselves too. So we got to take accountability for that. We keep presenting ourselves like that, then they don't have no choice but to. It's the same thing with code switching. We keep code switching. You're not giving them the real black experience because then they be like, I use this as an example. Like if I was to die today, God forbid, right? But if I was to go and then, well, shoot, if it's my time, let me go, Lord, because I'm tired here. But I'm playing, y'all. I'm playing. Okay. But if I was to go, right, and let's say I work this corporate job and I'm code switching, if they get on the news or talk to the police, they're going to be like, man, she loved it here. She was so happy. She was so bubbly. She was so this, so that. And all my real friends is like, man, she hated them. She said, fuck them niggas. Like, she hate them. She hate her job. Karen is racist. This person is that. They don't even know the real you. but you want them to treat you like a human, but you act like you are all that you can be.
Mm-hmm.
You put that out there. So yeah, we gotta take the people who can. Some of us are still in survival mode. And that just is what it is. Can't save everybody. But for the people who can be free and tell the truth, do it. I'm speaking on code switching tomorrow at work. Woo, child. Yes, Tiffany. It's real. And it's a scary thing when you catch yourself doing it. Even when you don't have to do it, it's a scary thing. Because it's been proven time and time again that we not safe to just be. Neo Napio once said she's 55. So what is code switching? I'm not familiar with the term. Yo, that's a whole nother thing. A lot of people don't even know what that means. So code switching is when you like we've been talking about corporate when you go to work, but even like with me as a hairstylist, as an entrepreneur, I would change my demeanor, or you change the, even like you don't use slang, you watch the way you talk, you watch the tone that you talk in, you watch what you talk about in white environments, or other, we don't say white, but other environments when you're not with your people. So that's code switching. And sometimes when you've been working for so long, or you've been in certain environments for so long, it's like a subconscious thing. You're not literally telling yourself all the time, like, oh, I'm not safe here. I got to talk different. I got to act different. I got to move different. It's just something your body knows to do.
It's like you almost have to soften yourself, soften your blackness,
So
and make
you
it
are not
digestible.
seeing it as a threat.
Yeah. But what's crazy is that white people, I don't know if it's considered code switching, but there are some white people who switch up their demeanor, their language, their tone when they get around black people. Because I've experienced white people coming into a crowd of black people, and now automatically they want to start cursing and, using slang because they think that's how we all talk.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know if that's code switching, because code switching is like a survival thing for us, but I think for them it may just be appropriation. Like they just want to
It's
wear it.
appropriation.
They just
Yeah.
want to put the costume on real quick and
What Paul Mooney said, everybody want to be niggas, but until they're niggas or whatever he said, something like that.
yeah, yeah, they trying to fit in, and yeah, it makes me sick. It really does. And if I catch it from somebody that does it, I don't mess with them, because it's like I like people that can be firm in who they are. You
Yeah.
don't need to do, especially if you're not black. Like, come on, yo, you ain't got to do that. And nobody taught you had to do that. You just decided you was gonna do that. That's dumb. That's dumb. If I ain't have to code switch, I wouldn't do it. Please. All right, I'm gonna go on to my next one. So, I said policing. I need to start crossing them out so I know what I talked about. Right? You said saying somebody invited to the cookout. Apologizing. We need to retire this. Apologizing for the complexity of our blackness. That's a topic that I just want to stop talking about, like us versus each other all the time based on what type of black person you are, which is really comes down to what type of human you are in your blackness. Like my daughter, she's into anime, right? So let's say we go to a family function. Somebody be like, "What's that about? Why is she like that? What is that? Oh, that's you a weirdo." Oh, like, let's say she want to start dressing in that stuff, like the costumes sometimes or whatever. Like even for me, it was like it took me aback because I can't relate to it. But then you got the hood side of the family, you got them. You got the bougie side. You got all these different things going on. And it's because we complex too. It's not just black or white. So just stop. And if you want to
Black
know
people be.
more, no more. Like, do y'all not know, like, white people are all over the world? They are white Jamaicans. There are Asian Jamaicans. Like, there are black people in France. They love Paris. Some of us might have a horrible experience. Some of them grew up there and they speak in French. You got black Cubans. You got black people in Japan. Like, we everywhere. There's so many different types of experiences, and maybe it's an American thing. But it's annoying. Like, I just be like, yo, are you really that uncultured or whatever you want to call it? I just hate those conversations.
I agree.
Let's see.
All right, so I'll go to my next one. I think that we should leave this term toxic behavior, remove it. My toxic trait,
Mm,
toxicity. It is not cool to be toxic. Um, like, I don't know if it has become a trend to be a broken person, but I feel like in the black community, we praise or we are always like it was a meme that I kept seeing. Red flags. My red flags are. It's like we put this information out there so much that we start to become that. Let it go. We don't have to be toxic. It's
mm,
okay to be healed.
mm-hmm. And to want to
Um,
be healed and to highlight that and to walk in that and to speak on it, because words have power, right?
Words have power.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I like that too, because I'm over it. I'm like, I'm not toxic. I hate that. Me and
yeah,
my husband gotta make fun of those posts because we like, oh, another one.
yeah.
I
Victim
just
victim
toxic now.
syndrome. Yeah, it is victim syndrome.
Yes,
It
victim.
is. Oh,
Yes,
that's like one. That's another one of my. I'll wait to talk about that one though. But yeah, victim syndrome. That's definitely a thing.
yes. It's trendy to be broken. Nah, I'm walking in my healing. Look,
And
that's a
for
whole status,
yeah,
right?
and for a while, I noticed that a lot of people like I'm 35, so I remember a time where depression and thing and anxiety and stuff like that it wasn't talked about a lot. And then for some reason, it was like the internet comes and trends come, and it was like everybody was depressed. Everybody was screaming, I'm depressed, I have anxiety. And I'm not taking away from anybody who does have depression or who really suffers from anxiety, but I feel like it has become popular or people hide behind those terms. um that's what that toxic environment or that toxic kind of mindset comes from. Like, it's okay to want to heal. Like, if you need to take a break, get away from everything, but don't bring that toxic energy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
No, yeah, it does. I was having a talk like this with my niece. I'm not gonna put your business out there, girl. But I was having a talk with my niece about that because, people will use that and then they decide, oh, I don't have to take accountability anymore.
Right.
Now I could be like, well, this is the way I am. I'm toxic. You knew this about me. Or this is my thing. Everybody has their thing. And now this is my thing. And now I don't have to be accountable. I can just put that on you and walk away. No, the fuck you cannot. Like, no, you cannot do that. You need to take accountability. And if you know that this is your toxic trait, then what are you doing to heal it? So I want to see both sides of the coin, or all three sides, whatever they say, three sides to every coin. But I want to see the whole story, and so that's why with my page and everything, I try to focus on that positive part. Not that it's fake positivity; it's real. I want to show what that healing looks like, and healing is not linear. It's not straight up. It goes like this, but you have to always be striving to go up, though. You can't just be like, I'm toxic. All right. The hell? What? Especially us. We can't be doing that. We got things to heal from. We got babies we gotta raise. We got another generation coming up. We need them to be good, better than us. That's dumb. Why are we what you call celebrating that?
Why are we celebrating toxic behavior?
Dumb. Yes. Let me cross this one out because I was gonna say something similar. All right. So yes, work on that shit. That's right. So my next one is the late Kevin Samuels, right? I never watched anything this man did. I be late to all of this stuff because if you notice, like, I don't follow a lot of people. at all on any of my social medias. I will unfollow people in a heartbeat. If it ain't feeding my soul, I don't want nothing to do with it. So I didn't know anything about this man until almost up until he passed away. I never heard anything. Because I don't follow people that talk about it or do anything with that. So, but I did see this one thing where people were talking about high value men or women. And I was like, huh, that's interesting. So, I went down a rabbit hole. And when you said you wanted to do this, I was like, that's one of the topics I want to talk about is the high value man or the high value woman. And I think what people got construed is that putting money and how a person dress and how a person look and how a person talk or whatever has nothing to do with their soul and how healed they are and what they can, the value they can actually give you. You mean high earning. That's what you mean. You mean high earning, but high earning does not equate high value in a man or a woman. Okay? So that's the topic. I want to retire and
Yes, we need to retire that. I put something like that. I put, I feel like we should retire the whole relationship talk amongst Black men and Black women, because I feel like we always highlight some kind of dysfunction pertaining to the opposite sex. And yes, we have some trifling men and trifling women out here, but I feel like we need to retire pointing the finger at each other. We need to retire women are gold diggers, and men, I'm sorry, my window is open if y'all can hear outside. We need to retire that mindset that women are gold diggers or men are simps because they want to show extra affection or emotion to their, like, we need to retire this whole concept of policing Black relationships.
Yes.
Every relationship is different. No relationship is the same. So there is no standard, there's no rules, there's nothing when it comes to relationships. We need to retire that. Like, let people live in their relationship and let people do what they do so they can thrive in their relationship.
But if you notice, well, for me, it's like most of the people that be having these conversations, they don't be in nothing healthy. They don't be in a healthy relationship. They don't be in any healthy relationships. Like, they mother don't even like them. Like, they don't be in healthy, yeah. So they can't even really speak to it, but they want to be in it, but it speaks to the insecurities of the readers. And people just be wanting something to follow. So it's like you said, the whole thing is just dumb because what works for me don't work for you. What works for you don't work for her or him. So yes, we do need to retire that. I get tired of that all the time when it comes to relationships. Yeah, they don't have relationships to even be talking about it. People who really in some real relationships, like me, we don't talk about none of that shit. The married couples that we know, they don't talk about none of that because it's not real and they don't care. So, yes. Oh, this ain't really a topic, but it's something that irks my nerves, and I used to do it. When people say, "I'll be praying for you," that's not a prayer.
That's the prayer. When I say I'm going to pray for you, that's the prayer.
Can we retire that? That's not a prayer. I'm praying for you. Or I'll be praying for you. When you finna do
right
that?
Now, I just acknowledged it.
Like, we really got to stop that. We got to stop saying stuff like that and don't really mean it. Cause I don't know. I just don't even say that to me. I'm gonna be praying for you. Like, what?
I
don't even.
saying that.
Okay, so that was a fun.
I was gonna say I stopped saying that only because I realized that not everybody. I don't just throw out prayers anymore to just be throwing out prayers. So I don't even say that anymore because not everybody deserves my prayers. And that might sound harsh, but I have a very special relationship with the Most High. And our relationship does not have to include certain other people's energies because I don't know what they're on. Just because you gave me a sob story don't mean that you deserve my prayer, my time with the Most High. So I don't even say that for that reason.
Yep,
But
me
yeah,
too. I'm not giving it my energy. I'm not doing that. And if I'm a person that's gonna do it, I'm not really gonna keep talking about it
yeah,
anyway. I'm the person that I'm gonna get it done, and then you hit me up and you be like, oh, I got it. Oh, I know you was praying for me.
mm-hmm.
Like you just gonna know that it was done. I don't need to talk about it. All right,
Yeah.
but that was a joke. So, but this one is religious. Since you got into that, religion versus spirituality in our community, and my mother has taken me to like every church that
But
exists.
she said, all right, sending y'all
So,
prayers.
yes, that is not a prayer, Allie. It's not a prayer, okay? Yeah, so having religion versus spirituality or whatever, like it's such a heavy topic for some people. Like they take this so deep personally, I feel like, because they feel like they have ownership over that religion. And if you come against that, you're against them, and everything that they believe in is now threatened, and you're going to hell. But when they in the church, they freaking speaking in tongues. They dancing around. They got their idols of the Jesus Christ who don't even be black most of the time. They got all these things that they doing, which is in a sense that's spirituality. That's what we doing, but we just getting back to our roots as far as being Africans and those traditions and things that date back before there was a Jesus, right? So what would you have done then? So I just think it should be more understanding. So maybe have the conversations, but don't make it versus each other. Ask questions. Let's have a talk. Y'all might really be doing the same thing just in a different way. It's kind of like I'll say R&B versus jazz. Like y'all both like music. Y'all both listening to music. They both started with black people. It's just a little bit of it's a different tune. You get a different rhythm. You know, my ministry is music. I love music. Somebody else's ministry might be, access doing some of service, or they like the preacher. They going to church just for the preacher. I'm going for the music. Am I a
Mhm.
heathen? I'm listening to the word too, but I look forward to the music. So I don't know if that was a good analogy, but you get it.
I get
Just
what you're
don't
saying.
need to be
Yeah,
versus
everybody, people, religion is used for that. Like you said, would you say music is your, would you say
ministry.
your ministry? Yeah, religion is a ministry. Like you use religion so that you can stay on track, so that you can stay good. So yeah, like you said, people hold so much weight on religion, or they put so much expectations on what spirituality is supposed to look like, when really there is really no rules to any of it, because religion, I don't even want to get all the way into it, because we know that religion has many more rules than spirituality.
Mm-hmm.
And I even think that the whole topic of spirituality, we need to readjust our language when it comes to talking about that, because like I said, people are having too many expectations, like you can't be spiritual and listen to X, Y, and Z, or you can't be spiritual and curse, and you can't be spiritual and do all of these things. No, these are rules that you guys have made up because maybe in your religion you feel like that's how you should be to be accepted by your God. But I feel like we just need to learn a lesson in compassion. Everyone is different. No one follows the same rules, you know. But at the end of the day, we are, like you said earlier, we are usually having the same argument. We just don't know how to stop and listen to each other and understand that we are actually having the same argument. We are all still praying to the same God, you know what I'm saying? The same being,
Mm-hmm.
but we just want to fight. It's like, for what?
Mm-hmm.
Why does that have to be a battle there?
Yes.
So that's a good one.
Exactly. I get tired of it because this incident happened with because she ain't gonna let me tell her business. But yeah, her grandmama, I bought her some things. I never been to a store before with the crystals and all that, but she got some things, and her grandmother, she real, religious, and she's like, "What is that? What is that? You buying crystals and you doing witchcraft, and you need to look
Whole
this up,
time crystals are in the Bible.
girl." And I'm like, "Ma'am, you don't even know what you're talking about." So that just make me know your intelligence and what you following and believing. You following blindly, but you berating her for doing the same thing that you think she doing. So yeah, it's annoying.
Yeah.
Your
All right,
turn.
so I'll go to my next one. Since we're talking about religion, this is not really religion, but I don't know if this is even still a thing, but Sierra's prayer, you know
Oh
how
yeah,
that was a thing?
yes.
I don't know if
Cancel.
that's still a thing, but it definitely needs to be retired.
Yes. Retire that. Yes.
Retired. She is not an anomaly. She did not say this magical prayer to get her man. She released toxic energy and attracted new energy. We are all capable of doing that same thing.
Exactly. But remember, we talked about the accountability.
The
Because
accountability.
people say that they are no longer accountable. They are going to rely on what Ciara did, and if it doesn't work, then they weren't. It wasn't meant to happen to them in the first place, and they can go back to being toxic.
Toxic.
They're not accountable anymore. They don't have to do the work, Ivory. They don't have to do the work. They just say Ciara's prayer.
And poof. We want immediate gratification so badly. Like there is no such thing as this immediate gratification that social media has made us believe it's a lie. It's an illusion. You have to
Yes,
put the work in.
yes. I totally agree with that. Ciara's prayer, yo. That was in my head. Cause I'm like, this thing is still circulating. It's just so dumb. And she is like banking on it with this prayer. And it's so
I mean,
ridiculous.
wouldn't you though? Like if I, yeah, say my
And
prayer,
then look, at the end of the day, we don't know that girl. We don't know her.
and
We
we
don't
don't know
know.
that man.
Y'all know Hollywood. Hollywood is Holly weird.
They might not even be married for real.
They might not even be married. They might not even like each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't
You
know what
never
type of
know.
stuff they're doing. And you out here just wishing and hoping and praying to have what somebody else had. When, like you said, all you need to do is release that toxic person or those toxic traits or those things that are not serving you to get what you want. You need to clear your own path. You have to put the work in. That's really it.
You have
But
to do the
no,
work.
they don't want the responsibility of that, and they want the immediate gratification. It's just dumb. Oh,
And couple goals. We need to
yeah,
release
couple
that.
goals.
Couples goals. Like Beyonce and Jay-Z should not be your couples goals.
Heck no. God no. I'm not even my own couple goals because stuff changes. Shit. Today I might be like, yeah, I'm cool with, you know, I don't know, something he did, and then next week I might be like, no, I ain't with that no more. Like I'm as a person
For real.
constantly changing and evolving. So that's just weird to me when people are like these, and again, people we don't even know are couple goals. It's just weird. But that's just a part of the society we live in. We don't want to do the work. We want the immediate gratification, and we don't see us as enough.
Mm.
So Allie said, "What's the prayer? I didn't hear this. I need to know." I don't know what the prayer is either, girl, because I got my man, so I don't know.
It's supposed to be like, Sierra was dating
Ciara, the singer.
Future. Yeah,
Ciara.
Sierra the singer, she was dating this toxic guy, and then they broke up and she found this really great guy. He's supposed to be amazing. So everybody's like, what is Sierra's prayer for her to get this wonderful man?
Yeah, so that's apparently the prayer because she claims she had a prayer and
She
yeah.
prayed for him.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right.
She prayed for herself.
Right. So that's the gist on the prayer. Go ahead and Google it, child. All right. So my next one is having ailment or mental illnesses make us weak. We need to retire that in the Black community. That topic, like having mental illness, because this is the thing, right? People think that because if you look at social media, you see everybody talking about mental health, talking about this, talking about that. But there's still a big stigma on actually having issues and seeking help. We
Yeah.
still just not doing it. And it's because that generation or those generations of the pray it away or the you can push past it or just being in survival mode. Like, I don't get to feel this, you know? I deserve to feel this way. It's still there. And I really think that we need to stop pushing um that idea that it makes us weak. I still struggle with that, like feeling like I'm weak or I should be able to push through this. I should be able to fight through this, you know? And it's because that's just what's been ingrained in me, you know? Somebody can have a similar situation or something worse. It does not take away from what you're going through. It doesn't. Everyone has mental health, mental illness has mental illness, and you are correct about retiring that bullshit. Yeah, we gotta stop
Can't see the comments anymore.
doing that.
Yeah. And we need to remove the stigma that Black people don't go to therapy, because I
Mm,
know a lot of Black people that go to therapy, um, and we are actively trying to heal ourselves and heal generational trauma. Um, yeah,
yeah, man. Definitely. Because all them, even like the hood girls, the hood girls, the classy girls, whatever you want to call them, they be going to therapy, some of them. You just don't know.
just don't know.
You just don't know. I had a friend, I had no clue she was seeing a psychiatrist. I had no clue till she told me. And I was like, you know what? You have been sounding more grown up lately.
Right?
But I had no clue. And I'm like, everybody, not everybody, but people are out here doing the work. So we really got to stop that. Magnificent Mrs. Mullen said, when I talk about seeking professional mental health, people whisper about having or seeking mental health care. Yeah, so they want to talk about it, but they don't want to talk about it out loud or as loudly as you do it. I get that. I do get that because it's just still a stigma. It's so many different ones out there, different stigmas. But I think as a people, until we do that work, you know, we're not going to get to that next level and being proud. Oh, I heard a noise. Okay. And being proud, and feeling safe. We got to do that work from within. So, somebody's still trying to join my live. No, just these bots be out here, yo. So yeah, was that yours?
That was yours.
Okay.
All right. So I think we need to retire this. Okay. So the way I thought about this one, I think it's more so we need to retire certain sayings. So the saying that I put was crabs in a barrel. Um, we are constantly saying that Black people are crabs in a barrel, right? Now, the idea of crabs in a barrel is that we're pulling each other down so that we can get to higher levels. But these sayings have been instilled in the Black community to give us this mindset. Like, we didn't just adopt it, we didn't just grow with this mindset. We weren't born with this. Someone gave this to us. And there's actually, I did research on it. So there was this white guy, of course, he actually created this concept and introduced it to us. But crabs in a barrel, really, when you think of the like actual crabs, they are put into an unnatural environment and they're fighting their way to get out. And
Mm-hmm.
crabs naturally save other crabs.
Mm.
So we need to retire, stop just using language that's tearing us down, like things that people have told us to say or put into our community. Like you said before, words have power.
Yes.
Everything that we say has a meaning. There's something behind it. And I just think we need to my mind went blank. But I just think that we need to retire like some of these things, because if we do the research, a lot of these sayings aren't even full sayings. Like we'll only get a portion of it, the
Yeah,
negative portion of it. It's like when you read the Bible or the preacher is telling you a passage, he's not giving you the whole passage. He's only giving you the part that's going to pertain to his message. But if you look at the bigger picture, if you look at the bigger pictures of these crabs don't really treat each other like that. We're just made to believe that it is, so we're going to treat each other like that. So yeah,
damn,
we're
so
all
good.
in an unnatural environment right now. We're all trying to fight to get out, but that doesn't mean that we're pulling each other back. Like this, I don't know, this mentality that and the white man is trying to hold us down. Like it's time to let go of that. We can
Yeah,
retire this.
yeah,
There's so many successful black people out here. There's too many successful black people out here for us to still be holding on to this concept that the white man is holding us back and there's too many crabs in a barrel.
hmm.
So
That was good. That was good. That was good because I love a good history lesson. Like I ain't lying, I'll be I'll research stuff. Like I'll just be all day, every day on Google. Anytime somebody say something, it's just a light bulb go off, and I'm like, huh, I wonder where that originated from. I wonder why that's like that. Let me
yep.
look this, and then I just love random facts, but especially when it comes to like what we say, like sayings like that, because I want to know more. Like the saying a master of many is a master of none. There's a whole nother line to
There's a
that.
whole nother line to that.
Not because I'm like, I am a master of many. And why do I feel like this? And it always made me feel guilty and feel like I'm tripping, like I'm crazy. And the whole time it's a whole nother line celebrating me being a master of many. You know,
Exactly.
so getting the complete picture, like you said, like that was just so good, yo. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I was thinking of another one, but I don't know. I lost it. I lost it that fast. Like calling someone Uncle Tom. I didn't even read the book. Yes, Uncle
Yeah,
Tom.
we just be saying stuff.
Yeah, don't be knowing where it came from. But like you said, we now know, we are now getting to that point. So look how long it took us to get to that point to wake up and to be like, hold on, that don't sound right. Or hold on, let me research that. Now
Yeah.
having that, access to do that, or the mindset to do it. So it's going to it take people like us to keep talking about it and to keep changing that narrative. Um, wow, that was powerful. I think I might screen record that part and put that to make that a reel.
Like,
That
yeah.
was so good. Damn, crabs in a barrel. I'm about to be on in the rabbit hole tonight, going down a rabbit hole on
Going down the rabbit hole.
that. Candace said that's because you're a Cancer.
Yeah, I'm a Cancer. I'm a true crab. I'm a true crab, and there's nothing more than I want to see other people succeed. Like there is no part of me that wants to tear anybody down, especially another black person. There is nothing a part of me that wants to tear a black person down and
Yeah,
climb over them just to get to the top. Like,
they all in there. They like, yo, what's going on? They just in panic mode. It's not nice. And then people, and again, the people that be saying that are the ones. All yes, but it all comes back to accountability. They don't want to do the work, so it got to be somebody else's fault. You pointing one finger. Look how many fingers you got pointing back at you.
yep.
Three. You pointing this one, you got three pointing back. So yeah, it's bullshit. I don't want to hear that. Crabs in a barrel. Nobody want to support you from your city. No, they not used to you presenting yourself in this way. They're not used to you making them buy a product or pay you for your services for free advice you used to give them all the time.
Yeah,
They not used to
exactly.
that. You have to train them. You have to do the work and market yourself properly. You have to do the work. That's it. It has nothing to do with any of that, of who they are with your proximity in your city. Girl, please. Okay?
Say it
Please.
again. Say it for the people in the back.
You gotta do the work. So, all right. So, I mean, that leads me to my last one. I was gonna say anything we need to retire any topic that's tearing each other down, especially in front of company. in front of
Period.
company.
Yes. What stays in the
We
house,
need to
what's
stop
said in the house, it
anything.
stays in the house.
Yeah, like I really, really, I despise it. Like when I'm with my, let's say my white friends, right? I'm not using, I might use the N word or I might say something crazy. I might say Negro, please, whatever. But do you think I'm gonna refer to my husband as that? Do you think I'm gonna talk about him or any of my friends in a specific manner that is a culturally appropriate thing? No. Why would I do that? We not getting it twisted. That's like me and my sister can have an argument. But you come in here and disrespect my sister, it's a problem. But that line should be very clear, should be drawn. That line should be thick as hell in the sand. But we don't be doing that. Cause we tear each other down. We do that. We tear each other down. We talk so bad about each other. And then when somebody else come in, you want to be like clutching your pearls.
Mm-hmm.
What? You can't do that. Why not? Y'all do it to each other all day. So I'm here to join the party.
That leads me to my next one.
Where's the stick for the pinata? I want to turn. Like, no. We gotta
That leads
stop.
me that leads me to my next one. My next one is we need to stop, what does it say? We need to retire this hatred for white people saying nigga. Like, just like you
Ooh.
said, we say it freely. It's in every rap song, it's in every song, it's in R&B songs. We say it. We know they say it. Why are we getting so angry? Like, why are we still getting so angry for white people being white? They take everything else. Why are we still getting so angry, right? Four fingers pointed back to us. Like, I think we should retire this. Like, if I'm out and about and a Karen wants to come over and she calls me a nigga, like, my demeanor is not going to change. You're not going to affect me like that. You cannot get me out of my bag. I'm not going to let me go there. Like, it's not going to happen. You can call me a nigga all you want to. I'm probably going to say something to you that's just as offensive. And then I'm going to go on about my day. I'm not going to pull my phone out. I'm not going to record you. I'm not going to give you that energy. Say it. Okay.
See, so we're gonna agree. This is your last one?
It's not my last one, but did we
Okay.
say, let me see. I think I got
I,
like one more.
so this gonna be the one that we're gonna agree to disagree on. So it's about to get good, okay? Yeah, Neo Nappy '01 said, do as we say, not as we do. I'm a firm believer in that. And I say that because like in the white spaces that I've been in, it's not about, they're not always saying it to be disrespectful. Like you said, it might just be in a song, they just singing it. I just think that accountability word, like you got to take accountability for yourself. Yeah, in this culture we saying certain things, but that doesn't mean you get a right to say it. I'm not that high up yet where I'm gonna turn up with somebody. Now, is it going to get me to a point where I'm going to be enraged? No, I'm not. I'm not going to be like ready to fight because you called me the N word. I'm not there with that because I know how to. This mouth right here,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get it together. But I just don't agree that they should be saying it at all. I don't feel like we should really be saying it either. If I really want to get into it, but I say it. But I think it's just more about it's an accountability thing. So that's why people get upset, because then we don't have to take accountability for it. We can blame them. Y'all used to call us this. Now we took it back and you don't get to call it anymore, like taking ownership over it. But that's also us not taking accountability for the fact that it's in everything. It's ingrained in hip hop, which is like the biggest genre in the world, and now y'all want to pick and choose what they can and can't take from the culture. So I get that. I get that part. But yeah, no, they ain't, y'all ain't saying that around me.
I mean, I agree with you.
Like,
Like,
I say
I don't have white friends, so I don't have anybody around me that would freely say that. So I'm coming from the point of view where if I hear a white person say that, I know that they're only saying it to get a rise out of me. So I know that they say it. I know they say it in the privacy of their homes. I know they say it around that one black person that allows them to say it. I get that. And you're right. We should take it. We have to take accountability because we are basically, we know the they kind of have that colonizing type of vibe anyway. So we know that they take what doesn't necessarily belong to them. And us even having that word saying that we took it back as power for, whatever people want to say. At the end of the day, we chose a word and we chose to use it for our empowerment or for whatever you want to say. But
I want y'all to weigh in on this. I don't know who's still on this live, but I want you to weigh in on this. Cause yeah, I think that when I have been in those spaces, I'm gonna go back to like the dance team because I was just talking about that. But I remember I was styling their hair before a photo shoot, and I'm in a room full of 23 girls that's like 18, 19, young girls. And it's a rap song on, and some of the white girls said the N-word. One of my black girls got up, turned that music off, and she was like, "No, the fuck you not." Like,
yeah,
and
I agree with that. I agree. We don't just let them do whatever. Like, I'm not going to let nobody disrespect me. I get that. But I feel like,
I think it's the reaction you saying. Like, it shouldn't get you out of your. Is that what you're trying to say? You
yeah,
shouldn't
it
be
shouldn't get you out of your bag. Like, you shouldn't be
afraid.
like, yeah, that's appropriate. Turn the song off and no, you ain't going. But if somebody wants to challenge you on that, you're not taking me there. All
Yeah,
right, go ahead, white girl. You take it over
yeah,
there though. It doesn't have to be in my presence. But it's just like I know they say it.
yeah,
So it's not
yeah,
gonna bother me as much.
yeah.
Because if they knew
I,
what I say in the privacy of my home,
But that's the thing, like we was talking about that privilege part, and that's the part I keep going back to. Like when you in those white spaces and the privileges that they have, which is really freedom. They have certain freedoms. That's what privilege means. You have certain freedoms that we don't have. And so when we having certain conversations, you get to just take. You get to just appropriate. And it's not fair. So that's the part that enrages me is it's not fair. And then yeah, when you say it, I'm seeing a slave master. Like that's just what I'm gonna see. And I ain't no slave. I fight that. So we not I'm not an enslaved person. So I think it's just like we talked about, it's just in our DNA. And I think some of us are more elevated in our mindset than others or removed from that, and you may have done the work, but a lot of us aren't, and it still hurts. It still really 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 hurts, and it triggers something in people. So I think that was an important topic even for me. I hadn't really thought about it that way um before, but I mean, and it don't even got to be the N word. It's just certain things that you just be like, it's disrespectful to me as a black person because I don't have that same freedom to move like that. You
right.
know, y'all gotta stop. I was on a road trip with a girl, and she started talking about how much she loved Trump and how she loves when he say fake news, and she giggling and cackling, and she's just like, just being free, right?
Why can't we be that though?
I was shocked. I had never been in that type of situation before, though.
It's like you know
Now,
this now. Yeah, now you know this. So now, can you be free in those environments? I love Barack. I love when he dances with his black wife.
mm-hmm.
Can you do that in those spaces and feel comfortable? I think that's all a part of it. We don't feel comfortable, like you said, in those spaces, and we
Because
have to feel
it goes back
comfortable.
to yeah, it goes back to your safety. And for me, like I was going into a predominantly white space. I was going to be the only black girl there. So let's say they wanted to turn on me. We was at a barn, girl, in the middle of the woods. I ain't about to be talking about my girl, hell no. And then I wind up like that dude, like that young boy stuffed with some shit, and they done did some wild shit to me and then killed me, and then tell the police they don't know what happened. Oh no, because they get vicious. People get vicious, right? So I got to think about my safety. I was at a friend's house, a new friend. I don't know them like that. And that's even if I'm at black people's house. I don't know y'all like that. I don't know what y'all get into. So certain conversations, I'm going to sit out. It's not about me being free. It's just more about me being cautious, you know, because I don't know how this conversation go left, could go right. So the mom, we was putting a puzzle together, something so innocent. And she starts talking about how woke Grey's Anatomy has gotten. The show Grey's Anatomy that comes on ABC. She's like, they just gotten so woke. And you know what that means. That's now a racist term for white people.
Yeah, it is.
About how they don't like how they be talking about black people stuff. Okay. And I just couldn't believe that. I was just like, but she's older and she has not had to check her white privilege or anything. It's clearly not required from anyone in her family. I'm clearly probably one of the only black people that has been around them. So it was not something she even thought about until after she said it. And then she tried to, dial it back, but it was already done. And I probably won't be going back over there. But I felt completely safe. Like if I had to, say what I need to say, I felt free to talk my shit too. But I was just like, yeah, we don't need to do that. Because in some shit, they just not even going to get. So some stuff I don't want to talk about because they ain't even going to get it.
I
That's
agree
just,
with that. Everything doesn't
I,
need an explanation.
yeah,
There's a reason why Google exists.
exactly.
And so I feel like if a white person is still that ignorant, then,
They want to
that's,
be.
yeah.
At that point, they want to be. And a lot of them do want to be that because, again, they don't want to do the work.
They
So,
don't want to do the work.
and if I was a white girl, please. I think about that all the time. I be like, people be holding these white people up and they be like, they need to learn. They need to use Google. They need to do this. If I was a white person in America, I wouldn't do none of that stuff because
For what?
what affects you don't affect me.
Exactly.
The only reason we get these apologies is because they getting caught. That's it. There's nothing else to it. There's nothing else to it. If I was a white girl right now in America, I would be doing white girl shit. I'd be checking in for black people and be like, helping to fix the earth. I'd be using plastic. I'd be doing fashion. You know what I mean? I'd be wearing tape-ins. I'd be doing all of the wild shit, white girl shit. Because I could. Even if I was fat, poor, living in a trailer park, man, I'll go to Goodwill, give me a nice suit. I'll be going in the banks. I'll be robbing them people but loans. I'll be getting all the loans. I'll be doing everything. Because they ain't going to come after me like they going to come after a black person. I'll be doing yoga. That's right. I'll be doing that hot yoga shit. I'll be doing that shit. Yep. I'll be doing all the white girl stuff. Because they don't have to do anything for us. And they don't get it. They are not a part of this experience. They teach them that this is one America, right? We know different. So why are we expecting them to do the work?
I think that's my concept of when I say we need to let go of white people saying nigga, because they're not going to do the work. They're not going to understand. So as much as we want to beat it in them that you shouldn't be saying nigga, we're going to beat the shit out of them, but they're still going to turn around and still say nigga. So to me, it's just like we're fighting a fight it's an never ending fight. Like racism in our lifetime, racism is not going to end. We are not going to see the end of racism in our lifetime. And so I just feel like it's a never ending fight. Like why we can, I think the important thing is to feel comfortable in these spaces that we share with white people. I think that's really the end goal versus us getting them to stop doing what they're doing. Because like you said, it's accountability. We cannot force anybody else to heal. We can't force anybody else to go use Google. We cannot force them to learn about our plight. It's not going to work. They don't care. So we have to learn how to take up space and not feel uncomfortable when we're in their environment taking up space. We need to
Yes.
feel comfortable, and we need to learn the rule. We need to learn, because just like you said, you would be doing the white people shit. You go into banks getting all these loans. Black people are able to go and get these loans. We just don't know how to do it. We don't know the proper way. We don't know the right channels. But there are ways that we can go in these banks and get money. There's ways that we can get money out here. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like the fight is not necessarily what we think the direct fight is. It's like we have to do that sneak attack. We need to come from around the back and show them that we are stronger than what y'all think we are.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all already think we don't work together, but we do. That's another
Yep.
misnomer. We are stronger than, and we know I hear so many Black people say, if we all can just come together. If all the people that said that actually came together, like, we know this.
They be knowing, right? They be knowing, but they don't be wanting to do the work. That's what it all comes back to. They don't be wanting to do the work. Hey, Melly Francis. Yeah, they don't be wanting to do the work. Okay, so let me rewind a little bit. Because you said that we keep trying to hold these white people accountable and, nothing's going to change. But I want to counter that, right?
Mm-hmm.
With things are changing, and the things that's going to change it is the consequences. You was talking about beating people up. Like, you can punch somebody in the face, they gonna keep saying the N-word. But what we have seen from people getting videotaped, being caught, the Karens, whatever you want to call them, getting caught in the act of doing these things, they are getting consequences.
But are they changing though? Yeah, they get fired from their job, but are they
We
changing
don't
their
need them
mentality?
to change necessarily the language. We need them to change the actions, right? So it losing their job, yeah, that's gonna make you change your actions when it comes to doing the right thing towards people of color now, because you're not trying to get caught up in another scandal. You're not trying to lose another job. You're not
That's
trying to.
that white privilege though. It's just like a white police officer can do something to an innocent Black man, get fired from that police station, that police force. He can go to another state and get rehired or get hired somewhere else.
Yeah.
They have that white privilege that they can they can sweep stuff under the rug and we will never know about.
Mm.
There's plenty of white people that have gone out and said, like the white girl that said something about Black people. She lost her scholarship. She's not out bad right now. She is still doing well. And
Yeah,
she's probably still using the N-word.
that's true.
So the consequences, we feel like the consequences are so rough, they're so harsh, because we would be so broken if we were to get fired from our job, but they don't have that same mentality. They can get fired from their job and they will be okay.
They gonna rally for each other, and like you said, they know how to do that sneak attack or to work in move in silence.
Move in silence.
So yeah. Oh Lord, that just I hate. Ugh. Yeah, I think the consequences, like getting the prison time, for the killings and stuff like that, and yeah, getting filmed, getting caught in the act, like, yeah, that might be getting a temporary lick back. You might win the what they call it, win the battle, but not the war.
Not the
So
war.
we be focusing on the war, but then that's me and you having this conversation. A lot of people haven't arrived to that yet, so we might not see it in our lifetime, because by the time they catch up to where we at, it's gonna be, hopefully, for my children. Lord, I pray for our, yeah, you got children, for our children, that they catch up, because yeah, it's very unfortunate, but it's better than it was for my grandparents
Yeah.
and my mom. So that gives me great hope that things will change. But I'm definitely going to think about that more, like being free and making sure that I'm being free in the spaces that I share with white people, because I don't think I have really thought about that. Like, Am I giving them, I talk about that, give you if the full experience when you're at the workplace, but even like in a personal setting. I mean, I be cursing, you know, I be using my slang, because I love my slang. But but yeah.
And how do they receive that? Because I remember um, my parents, we moved to the white neighborhood and I went to the white school in 7th grade. And I remember the white kids, they loved me because they thought I was so funny. But I wasn't like, I mean, I think I'm pretty funny now, but I think back then I was just being myself and talking the way that I talk. And they just didn't know how to receive it without thinking that it was comedy. Like, I don't, so like when we are in these spaces and you are cussing and you are being your authentic self, how are they even receiving it? Like,
Um, I want to say it depends on the person. So now, you know, we in our 30s. So we at the point where like I'm not sharing spaces with people that I ain't feeling that good energy from anyway. So by the time I get in that type of intimate environment, like I done already like scope them out. Do they match my energy?
mm,
So the girl that I'm friends with now, she be talking just as much shit as I do.
mm-hmm.
So it ain't, so yeah, it'd be nothing. But if I'm like referencing something culturally, like some a TV show I might have watched, like Martin or anything, or some stuff like that, she not gonna understand the references. So I would have to explain it. But once I explain it, she good money. So
White people really do not know what Martin is. That blows my mind.
but this girl, she's what is she? She's 25, I think. So she's younger too.
Okay.
So white and then she's younger. So yeah,
Yeah,
she don't know about that. Even feeling truly free and comfortable amongst our own folks. Yeah, that's true.
that's true.
Just being free with yourself.
Like you said earlier, your daughter is into anime. Like being able to be around anybody in the family, anybody at that cookout, knowing that she can be fully who she is.
Yeah. And let me tell you, that girl is she very free because I try to work on the shock value, like my face, my expression. Anytime she tell me something or, you know, I'm challenged by something, I try not to meet it with my fear. I try not to put that on her. So at first it might look blank because I'm trying to make sure I present the right reaction and not just for her, but even for myself. So I don't have to go back and clean up a mess. You know? Um so yeah, anytime something is brought to me, I want her to feel free. We don't even talk about it. It ain't just making fun of it, but it's even like constantly asking the same question, like, are you sure about that? You sure you want, like, creating that self-doubt.
Yeah.
Creating that by asking those same things over and over. You sure you like that? Why you like that? What you like about that? Like, we gotta be careful with that stuff. But yeah, my daughter, man, she the bravest person I know. That girl, you know, we in a military family. So she be like, I want to go to a new school. She don't care. Like she's very, very, very brave. Not saying she don't get scared or anything, but
But yeah,
she,
she has that courage. We can learn a lot from children.
but you know, I really try to it, um I reward that, you know. I really reward that. I believe that anime etc has African roots. Yeah, definitely.
Everything has African
Thing. I
roots.
was gonna say that everything got
Everything. I just learned that black
we
people
all the
created
stuff.
rock and roll. Like not rock and roll, but we created a rock, like that
Mhm.
heavy metal rock. That's
Mhm.
from black people. I didn't know that.
Mhm. I tell you, music is my ministry, so yeah, I'll be trying to dig into all of that stuff.
Mm.
That song, you probably knew that already though, because I saw people making. I was gonna make a reel about it, but somebody beat me to it, and they was talking about the Hound Dog song
Mm-hmm.
Doja Cat recreated, but Elvis had done it, and it was originally by a black woman. And I'm like, duh. I'm thinking, don't everybody know this? No, everybody don't know that.
Everybody know that.
So yeah, hey, who is that?
I
Taiwan.
can't see the comments.
Um, but yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. I have not eaten. I was on the live. I was doing a live training before we got on this in my group. Sandy Neo Nappy one. If you want to get, if you're on Facebook, join my entrepreneur group. It's called Black Girl Business Accelerator. Black Girl Business Accelerator. Go and join that. I go live in there every week, give business tips, tips for social media, content, sales funnels, everything, girl. So yeah, check me out on there. This was so good, Ivory. This is the longest conversation we ever had, and I wasn't talking junk shit.
I
So
know. I thought it was gonna be all funny and stuff, but we got deep.
no, this was good.
Good, yeah.
So I want to be doing more lives every week, just to show up on Instagram because I haven't really been doing it either. But yeah, we're gonna start doing that and have more conversations. So maybe we make this a monthly thing or
Yeah.
something. However often you want to show up. But I'm gonna be here every week.
I need to be here every week too, so I will be doing something. I'm gonna at least pop in, show my face. I need to do more lives.
Yes. All right, girl.
All
Yeah.
right, Sean. Well, thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me.
Thank you for coming on. I still need videos, pictures, something. I don't know. Your
Okay.
lock now. Like put your lock to the side.
Listen, it's wash day. Literally, I need to go wash my hair. So
Yes, I
at
need
least this day.
some footage. But take
Okay.
like video or something that I could use for my reels. That's what I
Okay.
need. And all right, y'all. Good night.
Good night, everybody.